save 15% when you buy any set of brake vest pads and 2 brake vest rotors. So when your car is not stopping like you used to, the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts will help you find the brake parts and supplies that you need to do that job right the first time. O'Reilly Auto Parts will help you make your auto repair, maintenance, and restoration projects easier. Stop in today or visit online. Rack up double rewards points during bonus points month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
Message and data rates may apply.
Earning your degree from one of the top business schools in the country might sound impossible to fit into your workload. But what if there were a business degree that advanced your career skills and gave you access to world-renowned faculty, leaders, and mentors all on your schedule? One that opened doors to some of the most influential CEOs, tech companies, law firms, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. And what if you could earn that degree in as little as 16 months, 100% online? Find out more. Text NET to 79645. Start on the path to earning your MBA or Business Analytics Master's degree online from the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University today. Learn more about the graduate programs from the top-ranked W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University, offered 100% online. Text NET to 79645. That's N-E-T to 79645.
Bruce Jacobs is back, and he brought Dale Hellesery with it. Jacobs and Helly talk sports weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When you can unload that shipment, it's time to call Santana Equipment. That old forklift just ain't enough. Mesa forklift's got the right stuff. Just call 623-404-LIFT, L-I-F-T. That's 623-404-LIFT, L-I-F-T. We got stackers and lifts and trucks galore. We got way more than any other store. With 2 convenient locations, we can save you all the frustration. Just call 623-404-LIFT, L-I-F-T. Say you with me now. 623-404-LIFT, L-I-F-T.
This ad brought to you by Santana Equipment and Mesa Forklifts, selling forklifts for over 20 years. Contact us at 623-404-5438 or visit santanaequipment.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-958-5306. 800-958-5306. 800-958-5306. That's 800-958-5306.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association at this station. It begins with 68 teams. Who will be this year's Cinderella story? Reverse layup, yeah! Who will be number 1 when the Nets are cut down in Atlanta? Rises up 4-3, bucket, oh my! The 2020 NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament. Good by Zelda, a 3! Exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Pops it up for a power slam dunk coming this March. Boom, boom, shakalaka!
first hour. If you're on hold, stay there. I want to talk some basketball right now. We are joined by an NBC Sports NBA insider, host of the Haber Show podcast, creator of the AOS Pepper Challenge. In front of the program, he is Tom Haberstroh. Tom, good to have you back. How are you?
Good to be back, Jim. How are you doing?
Great, Tom. Great to have you back. Let me start in the East. I'll get right to it. Tom, if I had said to you before the season that the Miami Heat would be making big moves at the trade deadline and right in the thick of the battle for the third or maybe even the second seed in the East, if I had said that before the year, you would have said what?
Man, I was banging the over on the Miami Heat win total before the season because I just think Jimmy Butler was a perfect fit with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, the DNA of the Miami Heat, all about hard work, all about work ethic, gym rats, up and down the organization. And I just felt like this was a team that if Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero and all these youngsters could really fit their roles, and Duncan Robinson, if they could fit their roles, this would be a team that could crash the East party, and that's exactly what they're doing. They arm up with Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder, and it looks like to me that Milwaukee Bucks might run away with the East right now, but I definitely know that they are going to be scared to face the Miami Heat because they have the right mix of veterans, the right pedigree with the coaching staff and the organization, and they have this upside with their young players. Bam Adebayo, a 22-year-old all-star this year, one of the great young stars in the league. They've got the great mix that can take down anybody in the league over a few games, over a 7-game series. Man, I would not want to face the Miami Heat, even when we're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks, on their 70-win pace right now.
Tom Haberstroh joining us. I would agree with everything you just said. And when you mentioned guys like Butler and Iguodala, Crowder, Adebayo, especially defensively in the postseason, Tom, what about Iguodala? A lot of people have their opinions about how he handled his time in Memphis. Well, actually, not his time in Memphis, since he never really was there. What do you make of how that entire situation went down and how he handled it?
This is such a minor story to me. Both sides agreed to this, Jim. This wasn't like Andre Iguodala was stiff-arming the organization. The organization didn't want to have this guy who didn't want to play for them either. It was a mutually agreed upon decision to have him stay home because they were going with the youth movement. And yes, Andre Iguodala probably could have helped the Memphis Grizzlies, but make no mistake about it, Jim. This was a mutual decision, and for Andre Iguodala to cast the heat for this, no pun intended, it's ludicrous to me. I think it's a minor story that only came about when Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks tweeted about it and commented after that game recently. And look, they should be. I think it's great. I think it's great that these youngsters are calling out Andre Iguodala. I would feel the same way. But to point fingers at Andre Iguodala or point fingers at the Memphis Grizzlies for mishandling the situation, I think it's a total non-story. Look, Andre Iguodala is 36 years old. Most players with that kind of decorated career are out of the league by now. So the fact that he's willing to sit out, get his body in shape for his next chapter, the next team, I feel like people are living in the past. This is the new NBA. This is a different climate. This is a different landscape where players are exerting their power and exerting their recognition that, hey, teams would fall over to find Andre Iguodala championship teams. And so Andre Iguodala was smart. It was kind of, different. We don't see these holdouts a lot in the NBA. You might see it in the NFL at training camp, or you don't see it in the NBA. But Andre Iguodala, to me, he's a future Hall of Famer. I wrote a column last year in the summer detailing how when you could consider his Finals MVP, the fact that he's such a good defensive player, and the fact that he won gold medals in the Olympics, this is a guy who, as Steve Kerr called him, a great amplifier, the best amplifier since Scottie Pippen, a guy who makes everyone around him better, like Scottie Pippen did for filling in holes wherever he was asked. And I think that's